All right, it is time to check in with the mayor of Niagara Falls, Jim Diodati, via Skype, a weekly check-in. Good morning, how are you?
Top of the morning to you, Bob. I'm good. How you doing?
Good to see you. Where do we start here? Actually, a story we were talking about yesterday, the rules have been relaxed somewhat at the border on compassionate grounds for some extended family to be able to cross the border. I'm sure you'd love that extended family to include tourists.
Well, we would, and right now, again, there's just so much uncertainty that right now we're okay with it the way it is. I mean, we're looking forward to things going back to the way it used to be, but right now we're okay with that. The only thing that we are asking is there's a number of businesses in Ontario that operate in the U.S., and they're struggling to get there to service the equipment that they're installing, and they're concerned they're going to end up eventually losing the business or being forced to relocate to the U.S.
Yeah, you brought up a crazy example last week. Give that to us again.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple companies in Niagara here, actually several. One provides furnaces to major factories in the United States. They've got about 120 some odd employees right here in Niagara, and they sell a lot of them to the U.S. and around the world, and they have to be able to service them. So if they can't fly there and service them, so they can't drive across the border, even though they're just on the other side of the border, so they have to drive to Pearson, fly to Buffalo, and then they can service things in Western New York. So we explained to Minister Blair, you know, you're not keeping people from crossing the border. You're just causing them to go the long way around. So why don't we address the reality of the situation and help keep the jobs here in Ontario?
Yeah, expecting some movement there?
You know, we're hoping, you know, but it's so hard right now, all the variables with what's happening in Quebec and all around the world. So I'm hoping, but I'm not holding my breath, Bob, to be honest with you.
Speaking of business, on a positive note, some hiring, Concentrics.
Yes, you know, it's kind of neat. This company, they're a call center for Apple, and they do calls all over North America, and they're hiring hundreds of more people in town. So it's a great spot for a lot of people that are really concerned. They're trying to make ends meet. They're worried about Christmas and gifts and bills from the winter. So there's a number of places that are hiring. So although some industries are definitely hurting, others are hiring. So we're trying to share the news and let people know there are some opportunities out there, and that's one of them.
Yeah, one of the industries hurting, of course, in the entertainment sector, specifically casinos. Now, when we were chatting last week, you were saying that in Niagara Falls, they're going to acquiesce and go for the 50 limit cap, even though it's really not worth it for them. But is there a start date for that?
First of all, that's a good word, acquiesce. I like that one. So we're still waiting. We're anticipating in the next week or two, Bob, that they'll make an announcement and bring back limited employees. As we said, you know, the casino's able to officially, legally handle 11,000 people. They'll be allowed 50. So it's kind of a drop in the bucket, but I guess it's 1 foot in the door. Hopefully they can show that they can, in fact, operate in a meaningful and safe way and slowly bring people back to work. But unfortunately, they've got 4,000 people on the sidelines waiting to get back to work. And hopefully they'll get that opportunity and they'll be successful and they'll allow us to have a few more people in the door.
Yeah, and so there's a new Niagara Falls ad campaign for tourism, and it's focusing on just that, safely visiting within our social bubbles.
You know, and that's it. And that's what we're trying to tell people, you know, your bubble, there's a lot of things you can do. So in Niagara Falls, as an example, you know, we're going to have the Winter Festival of Lights kicking off pretty soon, Saturday, the 14th of November. We've got a lot of events this winter, so it's a great chance to get away in your bubble. Maybe you can get rooms, really great rates, and of course, hotels are part of the essential services, so they've got great protocol in place to do so in a meaningful and a safe way. And then you can go for dinner, you can watch the Festival of Lights, you can walk through the Festival of Lights. So there's a lot of neat things you can do within your bubble that are maybe a little bit romantic, kind of break the cycle of boredom. Since there's a lot of things you can't do, there's a lot of things in Niagara Falls and in around Niagara that you can do, including our wineries. So we're asking people, come down and have a look. There's a lot of fun things you can do safely and COVID-friendly.
Yes, absolutely. Now, looking further ahead, the Christmas parade season, there's some ideas floating regarding floats and just doing it like a reverse Santa Claus parade.
Yeah, or some people call it a drive-by parade. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Santa Claus right in front of City Hall. So Queen Street is our downtown main drag. And what we'll do this year is we're going to have a stationary parade, and you will drive by the parade in your car. If you want to walk, well, we'll have city buses for free bus rides that you can go down Queen Street. And of course, you get to see Santa, you get to wave to Santa. So this year, that'll be Saturday, the 14th of November, the same day we kick off the Winter Festival of Lights. So it'll be a great day to come to Niagara Falls, take in the parade with the family, and then take in the opening of the Winter Festival of Lights.
Okay, well, right now we have to wave bye to Mayor Jim Diodati, but we'll see you again next week.
All right, thanks very much, Bob.